It's amazing, isn't it? The amount of attention celebrity weight loss gets. It's like everyone's searching for that magic formula.
Yeah.
The article you sent about Kelly Clarkson, it really got me thinking about that. Especially, she's been so open about her struggles.
It's true. And right away, the article, it points out the huge pressure celebrities face, like
Mm-hmm.
about their appearance.
Oh, totally.
And it's constant.
For someone like Kelly Clarkson, who's been so upfront about, her weight, that spotlight
Yeah.
must be a lot.
It's a double-edged sword, right? Because on the one hand, she's relatable,
Totally.
but on the other hand, it's just constant
Mm-hmm.
commentary,
Mm-hmm.
analysis. And the article does a good job at acknowledging that. Beyond that pressure, it was interesting to see how the article went into how she approached it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a quick fix,
Yeah.
or a fad diet. It was about making changes she could keep up. And she talks about that a lot in interviews.
Yeah, and she's really into, protein, right?
Yeah.
Like, she found her thing.
She did.
Does the article go into why protein was so important for her?
It touches on it. It doesn't go deep into any studies or anything.
Yeah, okay.
It brings up how she felt more energized, more satisfied.
Right.
So it seems like it was about managing cravings, not being hungry.
That makes sense. Finding what works for you, not just some, generic plan.
Right.
Which the article kind of hints at, but then it gets really interesting because it starts talking about medication.
Yeah.
And, Clarkson's been open about that, but I was surprised about how much, misinformation
Oh, yeah.
is out there.
The article really goes into the Ozempic rumors.
Right, yeah.
And it makes it clear, while she was open, she used medication. She very clearly said it wasn't Ozempic.
See, and that's what's scary about misinformation.
It spreads like wildfire.
It's online, so it must be true, right?
Right.
And it's so easy to just put two and two together. A celebrity loses weight, it must be the trendy new drug.
And that's the thing. The article does a good job of saying it's not about just, denying it.
Yeah.
It's about the fact that health is individual. What works for one person, even medication,
Right.
might not work for someone else. It's really important to remember that.
Totally. But medication aside, that article, it also mentions exercise, right?
Yes.
And it was refreshing to read that it wasn't, crazy workouts,
Yeah.
pushing herself to the limit.
Yeah.
She found things she actually liked to do.
Exactly. And that's what makes it sustainable.
Right.
She even says she'll have a treat and not deprive herself. And let's be honest, that's a much healthier approach
100%.
than that, no pain, no gain.
Yeah. It's all about balance. And the article kind of hints at this when it talks about the pressure to look a certain way.
Right.
But just as you think you've got it all figured out, the article throws in this big thing. It talks about this pivotal moment for Kelly Clarkson, and it totally changed how she approached everything, her pre-diabetes diagnosis.
That's what's so interesting about this article.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a typical celebrity weight loss story, but
right.
then it throws in something like this that just adds a whole other layer.
Totally. It becomes less about fitting into a dress and more about
Exactly.
taking control.
Did the article say how she reacted to that?
It does, and it's really relatable, actually.
Okay.
It talks about a real sense of urgency,
Yeah.
a wake-up call to really focus on her health long term.
Right.
And it's this diagnosis just changed everything.
Which makes her, focusing on exercise she actually enjoys.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, balanced eating.
Right.
It's not just a quick, I'm going to do this for a little bit.
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Because it's her health.
And it just makes you think about how we compare ourselves,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Because you see all these celebrities
Yeah.
and they look amazing.
Right.
And you think, oh, that's the only way to do it.
Right.
But everyone's different,
Totally.
especially like you said, underlying health conditions. It's so easy to just see a before and after picture and be like,
Exactly.
that's it. That's all it took.
Right. And you don't know what they went through.
Right. Exactly.
And that brings us back to the Ozempic thing.
Okay.
Because the article uses that to show how misinformation spreads, even if someone's trying to be honest.
Yeah.
She said, I didn't use it.
Right.
But that rumor just kept going.
It's crazy.
It shows how important it is to think for yourself, do your research.
Especially now with social media.
Exactly. It's like people hear what they want to hear.
Totally.
And they want that easy solution.
Yes.
But it just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like the article says, health isn't one size fits all.
No, definitely not.
And I think the article does a good job of praising her for being open about her journey, but not saying this is the way to do it.
Right, which is refreshing.
Right, because how often do you get the full story?
You never. It's always just a headline.
Exactly. This new workout or this new diet
Right, and that can be so damaging.
100%,
Yeah.
especially for people who are already struggling
Yes.
with body image
Yeah.
or just trying to, get healthier.
Yeah, it sets up these unrealistic expectations.
Exactly, because it makes it seem so easy
Yeah.
and doesn't consider, what people are going through,
Right.
their own unique challenges.
Totally.
And I think what I really liked about the article is how it just kind of subtly encourages a healthier view of all this.
It's like we see something shiny and we just go for it.
Right, and we want that,
Yeah.
an easy solution.
Yes, exactly.
But this article is really good at weaving that message throughout her story.
Yeah.
It's not just, losing weight.
Right.
It's a whole mindset shift.
Totally.
It's saying, okay, I need to care about my health.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
realizing that what might work for someone else might not work for me.
It's so important, to just focus on your own thing.
100%.
Especially, like we've been talking about, there's just so much out there.
It's overwhelming. And I think that's where the article ends on a really good note.
Hey.
It makes sure to say, yeah, her story's inspiring,
Right.
but it also warns against taking one person's experience and thinking it's the be-all, end-all.
It's like they say, comparison is the thief of joy.
100%.
What works for one person
Right.
might make someone else feel worse.
Exactly. And that's what I really appreciate about it.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to say, hey, things are complicated.
It's refreshing.
Right. It's not just black and white.
Yeah, no magic solution.
Exactly.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's like the one thing you hope people take away from this?
I think the big thing is just be careful with those quick fixes.
Right?
Those promises that seem too good to be true, especially when it's someone famous.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, being healthy,
Yeah.
it's about being consistent.
Right.
It's about making choices that are actually good for you.
Right.
And it's about being kind to yourself.
Yeah, that's so important.
It's about your own journey.
Love that. And on that note, we'll leave everyone with this thought.
Okay.
How can we as a society encourage